Another episode of NXT is in the books, and I'm going to start covering NXT every week because I don't see any other YouTubers doing it. I figured I'll give it a shot, so please let me know if you want to see more of this, but let's get right into it. I'm going to just go over the major things. First, they teased the breakup of ZARUCA once again. They have been doing this repeatedly for a long time. Hopefully this doesn't turn into an A-Town Down Under situation. Zarya told ZARUCA to go to hell, and it seemed like they were fully separated now. After ZARUCA got the win last week to be the number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. However, later in the night, ZARUCA was getting beat up by the Fatal Influence, and Zarya came out and it looked like she was going to spear ZARUCA, but she ended up spearing one of the Fatal Influence ladies. Now, of course, I think this turn is inevitable, and I think it'll be really interesting when it happens. I think ZARUCA is a great tag team, and they're really good together. They work really well together. They have great chemistry, obviously. But I think ZARUCA is bound to be the next NXT Women's Champion, and I think sometime when she's champion, she will get turned on by Zarya, and Zarya might even win the title. And then ZARUCA could get called up and start her main roster run. WWE probably intends on calling her up sometime soon. They had her be at the John Cena retirement show. They had her be final 3 in the Women's Royal Rumble. I'm very excited for this feud when it does inevitably happen. I really like both Zarya and ZARUCA. I think they both have very bright futures. And about ZARUCA being called up, WWE doesn't need to rush her. Is she main roster ready right now? Yes, but could they do what they did with Trick Williams and keep her down there in NXT for an extra year or two, so that when she does inevitably get called up to the main roster, she is a megastar and an immediate main eventer, just like Trick Williams. Trick Williams didn't have to work his way up on the main roster. He immediately felt like a main eventer, and his first appearance on SmackDown was face-to-face with the undisputed champion at the time, Cody Rhodes. So if they want ZARUCA to be able to do that upon an immediate call-up, they should wait longer. But if they call her up any time now, I wouldn't be mad, and I don't think anybody else would be either. Finally, there is a number one contenders tournament for the WWE Women's Speed Championship. It starts off next week with Blake Monroe versus Thea Hale. And this is good because I don't think the women's speed title has been defended for months. I just looked it up. Fallon Henley currently has the title and has had it for 83 days. She won it going against Zarya at NXT Gold Rush on November 25th, 2025, and has not defended it the entire time. So, yeah, a much-needed tournament getting started. Very happy with this decision. And just from being a Thea Hale fan, I kind of hope Thea Hale wins here. I don't think she's going to, though. But, I could root for her. And my girlfriend absolutely loves her, too. I made her a custom shirt with markers that I like. I just took a white t-shirt and I drew on it. And I wrote "Hell Yeah" on it because Thea Hale doesn't have any official WWE merch that I know of. So I just wrote "Hell Yeah" on a shirt for her. And then on the back it says "All Hail Thea." So we are both huge fans of her. And also, if you want to, Thea Hale streams live on Twitch every Thursday at around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time. Don't say 6-7. But yeah, I'm going to be rooting for Thea Hale, but I think it's unlikely that she wins. The only way I could see Thea winning is if they see Blake Monroe as too big of a star for the women's speed title, and Thea Hale can actually potentially go have a shot at it. Next, so Joe Hendry attacked Ricky Saints earlier in the night in the parking lot as he was arriving to NXT, and then Joe Hendry came out for a promo, and Ricky Saints interrupted him, of course, and they had a back and forth promo, and they ended up announcing Joe Hendry versus Ricky Saints for the NXT Championship at NXT Vengeance Day. And this is great. Already setting up Joe Hendry to have a title defense, be a fighting champion like he should be. I like that he came out there with intensity. He didn't do the spin around, no smiling, straight to business. And I really like that. I think that really helped show how much that they are hating each other. Super excited for this match. I think it was the right decision. Next, we had a match between Dark State's Cutler James and Tony D'Angelo, his first match back, I believe, ever since he left. And he absolutely fucking squashed Cutler James. And I think this is great for Tony D'Angelo. Getting him that kind of momentum and showing how scary he is, making him a threat to maybe dethrone Joe Hendry for the NXT title in the future. That it would be really underwhelming if they had him debut this whole new character and then he was just ass and he lost. So I'm glad they're not fumbling Tony D'Angelo's new character so far. And as for Cutler James, this doesn't really hurt him, I don't think, at least in my opinion, because he's already at ground zero. If we're being honest, he's kind of like the pin eater of the group. He doesn't really do much except accidentally say sus stuff around Joe Hendry, like you don't want us behind you or something. But the bottom line is this don't affect Cutler James, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Next, we had a number one contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Championships between Hank and Tank, the Culling OTM, and the Vanity Project, which was won by the Vanity Project. Now, this is good because at least they're kind of trying with the NXT Tag Team division right now, because Dark State needs title defenses desperately. I don't think the Vanity Project's going to win the titles, but it's good to at least, have them get a title defense in there. Get Dark State a title defense in there. As for who will dethrone them, I'll say probably OTM or Hank and Tank. Because, first of all, there's not really a lot of options. But second of all, I think those two are really only the ones worthy of dethroning Dark State. Because a lot of these teams in the tag team division, the few teams there are, just aren't worthy of dethroning them. So I kind of mostly agree with this decision. And last but certainly not least, we had a WWE Speed number one contenders match for the WWE Speed Championship between Eli Knight, yes, and Elio LaFleur. They went for the entire 3 minutes and nobody was able to get the victory. And Robert Stone, the interim GM, came out and said, usually this would mean Jasper Troy just retains the title, but after that banger that you guys just put on, I'm going to make it a triple threat match for the Speed title next week, and it's going to be a 7-minute time limit. So that's going to be fun. I like that they're doing something a little different, doing a triple threat and having it a bit longer. Pause. I think it's an interesting decision. I'm excited to see how it goes. I think these three in 7 minutes could put on an absolute banger of a match. Just constant free-flowing offense from all three of these men. I think if they get this booked right, this could be a phenomenal match. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this episode of NXT. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more NXT recaps in the future. Like and subscribe if you want, and